So the new Spider-Man Homecoming movie is actually pretty good.
It's really good.
It is.
It's very good.
I would highly recommend
It's very funny.
it. It is. It's hilarious. But also, good action movie too.
Yes, good action movie. And it's also nice to just like, oh, here's how Spider-Man became Spider-Man. No, he's already Spider-Man.
Yeah, we already know that.
Because we saw him in Civil War.
Yeah. So it's good. Go see it if you get a chance.
Yes, it's very nice.
Yes. But we're not here to talk about Spider-Man.
Nope.
We are here to talk about ponies. Or variations thereof. So let's hit that intro music and let's get to this. Yes, welcome to Pony 411. This is episode 187 for the week of July 8th. I'm Alca7raz, and with me is Nemesis.
Hey!
Yes. We've got a somewhat semi-short, not short episode for you today. Not a huge amount of news. It didn't have a huge amount of news this week, but not like too little. But we also got a discussion. We're gonna get the last of the 3 Equestria Girls Specials out of the way. We'll talk about that one. Yep.
Probably already know my feelings on it if you see him on Twitter.
Yeah, if you watch our Twitter, or at least his Twitter, you will already get an idea of what we're gonna say. But yep, we've also got a little bit of fan content to go through afterwards. So yeah, let's get started with the news. If you'd like to follow along, you can find our show notes at pony411.libsyn.com/shownotes. So go there, click the link for this episode, and follow along. So, all right, let's get to this. In convention news, Nightmare Nights has announced M.A. Larson.
All the signing.
Yes. Beware of him with a Sharpie.
He'll sign your face.
He probably will. Derpfest, one of the Russian conventions, has made a few announcements, including, but not limited to, applications for panels and workshops, vendor registration, and a photo contest thing that they are doing. It's a big article. I'm not going to go through it all. Click the link in the show notes. There's a bunch more info in there. Crystal Mountain PonyCon has an animation for their 5th year, which is actually happening at the time of recording.
Yes.
So yes, by the time you hear this, it will be over. But they did have a little animation that's kind of nice to go look at.
By Minty Root.
Yep. Hasbro has released more details about their brand experience at HasCon. Some of it we knew a little bit of, but now we have a little bit more details.
Particularly for Pony.
Yes.
Because they have ones for multiple brands.
Yes. But we're only interested in ponies. We don't care about Transformers, right?
I care about Transformers, although it's just kind of getting people to watch the last night, and it's like, oh, God. Speaking of which, yeah, the last night parents are being pulled from a lot of theaters right now to make ready for Spider-Man because it's doing so terribly. Domestically, anyway.
Anyway, back to ponies.
Yeah, but let's see, the brand thing. Let's see, meet and mingle with the main 6 and Spike costume characters. Oh, boy.
So, just
costumed.
Yeah. Which is expected.
The ones that tend to slip off stages and whatnot. Photo op with life-size movie ponies. Ooh.
And scenes from the movie.
Get ponified at the ponification station. Explore Equestria and take snaps, selfies, and pony pics. Let's see, apps and games.
Ponified was actually added to the open source Webster's dictionary too. The word ponified.
Huh. Well, how about that? Sneak peek at the latest MLP toys, including along with rare treasures from the Hasbro Vault. That sounds like stuff that was canceled.
Yeah.
Because they've done that before. They just show off stuff that was canceled, and it's like that's how I know about the Twilight Transformer. Urgh!
Why did you cancel this?
And then visit Pinkie Pie Sugar Cube Corner, an exclusive MLP themed cafe. So get food with pony stuff.
Yep.
Like I think every convention does something like that. Usually it's drinks though. They don't do that at HasCon for reasons. Plus the stuff we already know about from the VIP add-on and stuff.
Yep. So yeah, there's some interesting little things going on there. It's really expensive though, so good luck.
Yeah, all total.
Yep, that's hundreds of dollars just to be for that one. Anyway, Hasbro also has an MLP panel at San Diego Comic-Con. They will be talking about the making of the series and stuff like that, as well as some sneak peeks into upcoming Season 7 episodes and the movie.
They better not do the perfect pair or something. I swear that was going to be their... I'm willing to bet that was going to be their big reveal at Comic-Con. Now it's like, oh crap.
Yeah.
Everyone's already seen it. Do we follow through or do we switch it out with something else?
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that one. That'll be funny if they still go, if it is perfect pair.
And just kind of get just a kind of improvement. It's like, we already watched that.
Yeah, maybe next time you'll keep a stricter grasp on your third party.
Yeah, like don't send out the
stuff.
episodes to to the channels or way early.
Anyway, fandom news. The fan game Five Nights at Pinky's 4 has been released along with a little trailer video.
Yes.
So if you're interested in that,
Five
go
Nights.
check it out. Five Nights,
Pony
because that's
version.
a big thing.
Yep.
An old side-scrolling Daring Do game that's been in the works for quite a while now has a public demo out. This is not the Daring Do game that we talked about a couple of weeks ago. That was a different one. This is an older one. So go check that one out. The Legends of Equestria servers were hit with an attack.
Mm-hmm.
And they believe account info may have been taken. So change your passwords. Anywhere where you have used that password, anywhere else, go change it.
Yeah, and they will be forcibly resetting everyone's password anyway. So
yeah, once the LOE servers come back up.
Yeah, because they're working basically to shut down everything except for fixing this problem.
Yep. And a little bit interesting, Hasbro is starting a new mini-series called Pony Chat. It's a kid-hosted after show where they talk about themes and such from the episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And other little things like that. But yeah, kid-hosted. So 8 to 10-year-olds hosting
and
these
a boy
episodes.
and a girl.
Yep.
At least that's what I've seen so far.
Yeah, it definitely looks like they're pushing the ponies isn't just for girls.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
So they should also equally push out Transformers isn't just for boys, which they've kind of been doing.
Yeah.
I mean, they got one of the prominent characters in their current cartoon is a girl. Yay.
Steps in the right direction.
Yeah, and also Windblade.
You're just going to pull this into Transformers wherever you
Always.
can. All right, merchandise news. A new brushable glittery Luna has appeared on Taobao.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
New style.
Yes. We see another one's like similar is supposed to be coming out too, but here's the Luna. Should be showing up soon in retail markets.
Yeah, and then everyone will buy it up because everyone loves
Luna. Enterplay has a couple new blind bag items being listed. We have a set of movie-themed dog tags and some rubber LED hanger things. They're like not clothes hangers, but little like clip-on hanger things. So they hang. Kind of neat. Might be useful for like keychains and stuff.
Yeah. Then you have a light, and then, oh no, it's dark. I can't see where the key hole is for the car. Oh, there we go.
Yep. Although most newer cars have a little lighted ring, which is useful.
Yeah, because everyone has a newer car.
Of course. I mean, who wouldn't, you know?
Right. Says the guy with the early 90s Ford talking to the guy with an early 80s DeLorean.
Thank you. It's a 2000s Ford. It's a 2000. Year 2000.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's a Ford. Who cares?
Hey. Just because you have a DeLorean doesn't mean every other car gets... Well, it kind of does, but doesn't guarantee every other car is just complete crap.
Well, no.
Just because it's not as good doesn't mean it's crap.
If you had a Mustang, it'd be more respectful.
I can't disagree with that. I would love to have a Mustang. Anyway, Enterplay also has a new movie-themed trading card set on the way as well. I believe this is the same line as their standard trading cards, not the collector card game.
Two different lines. You got to pay attention to
Yeah,
that.
there is those two different ones. But this one's all movie-themed stuff that's coming out. The first two Ponyville Mysteries books are out. They are The Schoolhouse Secrets and Tale of the Timber Wolf. So they're out. Go get them if you're interested.
Might have to go look.
Might have to. A bunch of movie brushables and a couple of Equestria Girls sets have appeared in the US and Mexico. I think only one of them is appearing in the US right now. It's like a Pinky and Luna
Almost everything.
brushable set, and then everything else is showing up in Mexico. There's a whole bunch of them. I can't go through them all.
Pinky Luna's is the only one to come in the US. Everything else that's on in that link is in Mexico, including Sunset Shimmer.
Yep, the Sunset Sushi truck.
I must have.
It means it's going to be hitting the States soon.
If it hasn't already, and someone just hasn't reported it yet.
Yes, so we don't know. That's all we know for now. But yes, those will be coming soon. And images of 5 of the upcoming MLP movie Guardians of Harmony sets have also appeared, including Rainbow Dash's airship and pirate versions of Applejack, Twilight, Pinky, and one of the Parrot Pirates, I believe. Which one was his name? I always forget.
Who cares?
Yeah, well, one of the Parrot Pirates. I believe the pirate ones are also they're up for pre-order on Entertainment Earth right now.
And
Airship,
also it's been revealed the Dash airship is a Walmart exclusive.
Yes. I'll have to actually go to Walmart to find that, and I have to find that.
I must
have it.
Sold out everywhere.
No.
Scalpers got it
I'll
first.
have to buy it from a scalper. I will have one. It will happen.
It will be mine.
I like airships and it's Rainbow Dash, so I can't go wrong.
Except where to put it.
I will find a place. Alright, comic news. IDW has revealed their San Diego Comic-Con 2017 exclusives for MLP. Included will be a variant cover for the prequel #1 comic, which we've seen posted here and there. Easy to find what it looks like. They also have 2 enamel pins and a poster.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're there, you can go get them.
The pins are Twilight and Sia.
Yeah.
Sia.
Sia Song... Or no,
Whatever.
it's Songbird Serenade.
Yeah, whatever.
Who's voiced by Sia.
Usually.
But yes, so if you're interested and you are there, go get them. And Equestria Data has an extended preview for Friendship is Magic comic issue number 56.
Yes.
And that's actually all of the news.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing else in Equestria Girls or normal Friendship is Magic stuff. So that is all of the news we have.
Yeah. We would have had a comic review, but it didn't show up because of the 4th of July week stuff. It did not show up, so it didn't ship out. So we won't be able to talk about this week, and we won't be able to talk about it next week either.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bit late.
Yeah, that one might be a bit late, because we're not even going to be in the state next week.
Yeah.
Alright, so moving on to our humane discussion. Gonna make that joke last time and forgot. So, yes, the 3rd Equestria Girls Special.
And final.
Yes, this is movie
Mirror Magic.
Mirror Magic, thank you. Getting these confused. So
magic in the title. It's
yes,
like there's a common theme or something.
Yes. I wonder what magic is. It's almost like, I don't know. Anyway.
Magnet.
Stop screwing me up. Quick overview of this special. Taking place shortly after the 2nd special, we jump back to Juniper montage, grousing about missing out on finding a mirror that is apparently magical. And during that time, this is at the mall, Sunset and friends are hanging out, and Sunset's writing in her journal and runs out of pages, to which she then gets a response, hey, you should come back to Equestria. Presumably to get another book. Juniper finds out that the mirror has more magic and that it can grant wishes. Sunset goes to Equestria and finds Starlight, and Starlight then convinces her to bring her back to the human world. Convinces Sunset to bring her back to the human world. During this time, the rest of the humane 7 run into Juniper, and Juniper ends up sucking them into the mirror, trapping them in the mirror. Then Starlight and Sunset come back, find out. Sunset gets sucked into the mirror, leaving Starlight to save the day, which eventually she does. And then, well, they have a moment, and everyone
forgive
was
Juniper.
Yes. So yeah, that's it.
More or less.
Right.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. All right, let's start. If you've listened to us for a while, you know we are not exactly the biggest fans of Starlight, so that's an immediate thing. So overall, before we start talking about the finer details, it was all right. That's where I'm going to put it. All right. As far as pacing and story and writing, I don't think there was as many messy points. I mean, there's some things that were like overall. A lot of things I think could have been done differently.
A lot.
But
right.
It was okay, but I'm not super thrilled over it.
Yeah. This is the weakest of the 3. For
I
sure.
I will say.
I'll actually go out as far as to say of all the Equestria Girls output, this is the weakest. I will actually go that far. I'll even say the first movie is better than this.
Actually, I thought the first movie was pretty good.
Well, the first movie, we called it very much okay. I remember we said a lot of things that basically amounted to it was all right, it was okay. And there's various reasons why I think that.
Yes. How many things can you put without getting to Starlight?
There's actually one big one. I actually think Starlight is not the biggest problem, surprisingly.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, she is not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is actually Juniper.
Juniper?
Yes. The thing is, she sucks as a villain in this. There's no way. I'm not going to sugarcoat that.
Sugarcoat. That's a different one.
She kind of sucks as a villain in this. And the problem is basically she doesn't do much of anything. Most of it is just her whining about the last special, which is, I could have been daring do. It's like, no, you couldn't have. That was explained to you.
Yeah.
And this part of it is just a large chunk of it is her whining. She stumbles across a mirror, which just literally turns magic in front of her because of something. I guess that was teased at the end of Legend of Everfree. The magic kind of poof out of the statue.
Yeah.
And so there's that. So she just happened across it, luckily for her. And then she just
happened.
And then it just is nothing. When we see Juna from there, it's just nothing but her whining and vacuuming with the mirror for most of it until she accidentally sucks the main six into it. And then she becomes corrupted and goes all evil. And then after that, when she has all 7 of them, she turns into a giant woman, which, Steven's into.
Yeah.
But the problem is, after that, all she does is walk around in a delusional state.
Yeah, I mean, she's not a great villain, and I just have some issues with the magic mirror entirely.
Yeah.
It just makes no sense. It's supposed to be equestrian magic? What? Where? I don't see any. It doesn't make. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't seem consistent. The magic mirror there's no core thing. It just does random.
It just sucks things into it. That's all it seems to do.
It sucks things into it. It makes you see your wish, but only for her, and it transforms her into a giant woman that makes her delusional and corrupts like the one in the inspiration episode, the book.
Yeah,
that Rarity had.
It's weird.
It's just like this clustercluck of things we've seen before, and the thing that Juniper turned into looked a lot like Gaia Everfree. It's like we pulled from that. It's giant.
I understand
the
the whole thing has been generally with Equestria Girls is the corrupting influence of magic particularly since Friendship Games Forward has been magic corrupting, and this tries to continue that trend. It does a very poor way of doing it. It just. Yeah, like I said, it just happens across the mirror, and it just kind of only works for her for reasons. Was it because she was the first one to pick it up, or what? I don't know. Why is this mirror just sucking things into it? Because it's a mirror. It's a very strange setup overall, and just again, she doesn't do anything, or she barely. One of the things she does is accidental. Then she intentionally sucks Sunset in, and then she stomps around for a bit until she fights Starlight, and that's it.
Yeah.
As a villain, she sucks. She's literally, I think, the worst villain we've ever had.
She's not a great viillan. She's really threadbare. There's nothing to her.
Even in movie magic, she was kind of, at least, there was a charm to it in the sense that you can, they straight up say, she's delusional and this is crazy. What she's doing is crazy. Yeah. Because there's a kind of a charm to it. And this is just bad. It doesn't really, she doesn't do anything of worth in this. It's just kind of, it's just mostly, like I said this on Twitter. It starts off pretty strong. I mean, I don't mind Juniper grousing and stuff initially. Kind of makes sense for setting up for a revenge plot, right?
Yes.
So it starts off strong. It's like, and then we got all this stuff about or Sunset's worrying because, well, that's what she's doing right now. She's just kind of worried that something else bad will happen because bad things keep happening. So,
yeah, and to bring that one into play, I did like that. I did like that discussion that they were having. It was sort of this building on what's going on and
to
stuff
degree,
like
but it
that.
also felt like it just kind of was solved really too quickly. We're done.
Yeah,
we're done. Let's go on now.
Yeah, later
Let's go on to the lame fight.
Well, I mean, just her worrying about stuff, and that did
nice.
Progress a little bit.
But it just kind of felt like it wrapped up really quickly.
Yeah, and later in the end of things. But yeah, it was just,
No, by the way, this was written by Rachel Vine and Dave Polsky.
Dave Polsky.
Yeah. Almost, and sometimes there's a couple times because of that in Juniper, almost feels like kind of two plot lines were kind of mushed together.
Again?
Again, yeah.
We've had
That's
this
what it almost
before.
feels like. It just kind of feels like they're mushed together. Like we have two different problems that really don't line up. Particularly, again, Juniper. And like I said, Juniper is actually the biggest problem with this. It's just she's ineffective as a villain. Again, the worst. I think the worst we've seen in the franchise so far. Before I would honestly say almost like either that would be down to either Sombra or Cinch, but now it's I think definitively Juniper.
Yeah, not a fan of that. She was fine in the second special.
Yeah, and this
one
she started off okay
faltered.
too. She started off okay, and then
it just fell apart.
Yeah, and that's my thing. Was it fell apart? I said the final third. I honestly started thinking. I'm watching it again. I think it falls apart actually a little earlier than that.
Yeah,
and it's kind of sucks in a way. And I think kind of avoided the topic for the starlight shaped hole in our discussion right now.
Starlight shaped hole.
It's gonna have to get to that.
You want me to start with that one?
Sure, why not?
Okay, I think one of my issues here is ultimately I don't think she was necessary.
Bingo. Yes.
I think with some slight modifications, Sunset could have filled the role completely.
Yes.
I honestly don't think she was really necessary. I mean, they even had it set up so the 6 of them get trapped and Sunset, it's not part of it. So she wasn't trapped and she could, perform the role. Then she got trapped as well. It's like, but
they set up that thing about I'll have to all 7 of them together to make the mirror turn her into a giant woman, which is...
Again, we've already said the giant woman thing. The whole mirror thing was... I would have changed the entire mirror thing.
Yeah, probably
there.
That probably could have been done you definitely could have been done a lot better.
Yeah.
The other thing, I honestly feel this is one thing. I think I can actually say this. It feels like a Hasbro executive says, put Starlight in Equestria Girls, and they had to work from there. That's what it feels like. It's like, she has to be in Equestria Girls. Okay. And they had to kind of build this around and just awkwardly kind of like...
Well, it's almost like they had some ideas without Starlight and then put Starlight in.
Yeah, again, it just feels like
I said, how Sunset could have filled that role and was already in a place to fill that role.
Yeah.
And then didn't fill the role, and then Starlight did instead.
Yeah, so she really does feel unnecessary. She as a personality isn't too bad in this.
Yeah.
I think this is still at her best, which has been for me boring. She's the thing is, what is it? Having her again be the special hero again.
Yeah.
Kind of like.
I think there's a couple other things. I think the only role she fulfilled that no one else did was resolving Sunset's I'm always worried about what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Which already said was resolved too quickly. I would have liked to see that extended, not just resolved
and it's like,
quickly.
I kind of really would, Sunset goes back to a question. It's like, I wish she could have at least talked to Princess Twilight.
Yeah, it's just like, nope, she had to go off on friendship
which
business,
I think that a lot of people are speculating this actually might take place during not asking for trouble, because had to go off on a sudden emergency friendship thing.
Yeah, that could make sense.
Since they're airing so close together, it lines up pretty well, and since Starlight wasn't in not asking for trouble, so it does kind of make a degree of sense.
Yeah, that does it. Also, and it makes sense for her to have to suddenly run off.
Twilight was doing something with a book in the beginning, not asking for trouble.
Yeah, so it does make a lot of sense. It fits in. That's probably where it was intended.
Speaking of the book,
that book was interesting.
Yeah,
that was a brand new book that was a combination of their cutie marks.
Yeah, well, here's the weird thing: that the cutie mark, obviously half was Sunset, the other half was weird. Because it's not Twilight's, but it's also not Starlight's either. And of course, putting Starlight's on there in the first place is kind of why would you do that? It literally makes no sense. Like, it's a book for Sunset and Twilight to talk to each other. Why would you put Starlight's cutie mark on there?
Because at the end of this special, Starlight and Sunset are going to be talking to each other. That's why.
But that's not at all implied. It's literally for Twilight and Sunset to talk to each other. The thing is, here's the thing. It's not Starlight's cutie mark either. It's not. It's got kind of Starlight's color scheme. It's almost like it was supposed to be Twilight's, and then someone changed the colors to match Starlight because of reasons. So that comes across weird. And again, also speaking of it, yes, it was great. This was probably the high point, was just seeing Sunset as a pony again. That was nice to see.
That was great.
It was nice to see her kind of, oh yeah, 4 legs.
Right.
Right, magic too. I got that.
Yeah, it makes you think. It makes you think, how long has Sunset been in the human world after the events of the first Equestria Girls movie? Because in the first Equestria Girls movie, she jumps over to Equestria and has no problem.
Well, we don't see her have any problem. She might have had that initial few minutes of, okay, legs.
Yeah, but it's interesting now we see it and getting used to it again, but in that one she didn't see it at all. So it's like, how long has it been that she's...
Can't have been that long because of... I'm actually going to talk about this at TrotCon, by the way.
I know, which is why I mentioned it.
I'm going to be talking about this at TrotCon. I'm going to have a panel about this sort of... That's going to really get into this sort of weirdness, because I truly believe it cannot have been more than one school year, which is 9 months since the beginning of the first Equestria Girls, which that's a whole can of worms I'll get into in detail
that
there.
You will open later.
I will open, but we don't have time to open them here. Because of that sort of thing. The thing was, it can't be more, because the implication in Equestria Girls is Sunset's a senior, so it can't have been more than one school year. The other thing is, I remember Dance Magic also explicitly says it's been several months since the friendship games.
Yes.
We're getting some... We know, okay, Equestria Girls 1 takes place in the fall, and we know that other than that, we don't really have any real idea of when they take place. Other than that, it's just kind of a general thing of like they're in high school forever, which is a little worrying because
you're 11 years old for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
Like Pokemon.
Yeah, so that's kind of a strange thing. So yeah, and again, and getting back to it, it's Starlight being a kind of a bad influence. Well, basically saying what Twilight doesn't know won't hurt her.
Yeah.
And of course, at least Sunset called out, that's not very convincing.
Yeah, I will say that that is sort of running for Starlight. It fits the character they're building for Starlight.
Although, it's kind of weird. Like, I think, Starlight's advice was don't worry about it, just live in the moment. And don't worry about the consequences. Like, that's kind of actually been a problem with Starlight.
That's been a problem.
She doesn't worry about the consequences, and then comes back and almost, not quite bites her. Almost, but not quite bites her.
Yeah. I mean, I get the reasoning behind that, and it's like, yeah, just worrying about all this stuff isn't gonna help you. You've got to find this balance.
Yeah,
but
at the same time,
you don't want to jump from one extreme to the other.
Yeah. Also, the main 6 were almost non-existent in this. They're there just to be the damsels in distress, which
sorta, yeah. They were there probably because they needed to,
and they were in that big white void, which was not a space between dimensions like the synopsis suggested. It was just a big white empty room with no walls, as Pinky helpfully pointed out. I
was expecting some sort of Matrix reference.
They made a fourth wall joke.
Yes, they made a direct fourth wall joke.
That's actually one of the more clever ones I've ever seen, so I don't mind that one too much.
No walls here.
Because no walls anywhere.
But grabbing the camera.
Yeah. Also sticky pop.
Ew.
That's the thing. It's just kind of weird setup, just to almost for the sole purpose of making Starlight save the day, just to give Starlight a purpose in the first place, which is just awkwardly handled.
And one other thing about Starlight that I was not happy. One of our arguments from a long time ago against Starlight was that she was a Twilight 2.0, basically like replacement. And what did they do? They basically had her replicate Twilight's introduction into the human world from the first Equestria. It was like, this really didn't help your case at all. I get the idea that it's kind of fun to make references, but
at the same time,
and that's probably all they were going for, but it didn't help.
Yeah, this also doesn't help the whole thing about why doesn't Sunset appear in Friendship's Magic if crossover in the new character into Equestria. I mean, she returned to Equestria now, so please, I need this. I need her talking to Princess Twilight again in person or in Pony, however you say that. Again, I need it. And this is the thing, is like, it is theoretically could have had Princess Twilight return in this one. Theoretically. But no.
Imagine it starts out, the main 6 or whatever, it could be whatever, it doesn't matter, but Sunset with the book. We'll start with Juniper. We still have to have some sort of antagonist here, and the mirror of some sort, even without changing some of the mirror problems. But anyway, Sunset's using the book and runs out of pages, and then goes over and meets Twilight.
Yay!
And Twilight comes back to visit, and Twilight gets sucked into the mirror, and Sunset has to fix this.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe just to kind of complete the set. I don't know, maybe Sunset was letting Twilight look at the pendant, just kind of letting her look at it, kind of he wants to see, and then oh crap, so then the pendants are all together, and there you go. Now you can set up.
There's other things you probably have to do to deal with other things going on, but Sunset can be the hero and maybe make the other Twilight be the one that gets caught and makes.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Anyway, but for me personally, also just nice seeing Sunset so excited to see Twilight again.
I had mine last episode. You can have yours.
Yes, I'll have that because ignore all those people are doing that. Shimmer and glimmer. It's hard to ship it when you hate half of it. When you hate half the pairing.
Oh, right. That does remind me. Apparently, Sunset's got a new nickname.
Sunshim.
How
about that? Also, I will say this. I've noticed a general consensus where I've looked at several places where people talking about mirror magic and all those specials. General consensus is yes, this is the weakest of the three. Except for among the hardcore Starlight fans. They're the ones who think it's the greatest of the three.
Now, it's fine to like Starlight.
I know.
I just don't.
But it's just kind of interesting. That's where the divide is.
Well, it makes sense.
The consensus is, though, it's the weakest. It's got the general reason usually is the villain kind of stinks.
The villain does kind of stink. It's not even Starlight's fault.
Then secondary is often Starlight felt kind of weirdly shoehorned in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's something I talked about 2 weeks ago when we talked about dance magic. And there's a little thing. Notice the second and third one, very, very interconnected. I mean, they have the same antagonist and everything. Comparison, dance magic kind of feels oddly disconnected, except for a brief thing with the music video showing up at the mall in the third one.
Yeah.
And I also noticed dance magic, had the song from the Friendship Game soundtrack, which did not appear in Friendship Games, Dance Magic.
Right.
Which I noticed in the credits was written by Daniel Ingram and GM Barrow, who wrote that episode.
Right.
I suspect dance magic was supposed to be made 2 years ago.
That I was thinking the same thing. It was supposed to be
made
a lot
earlier. It got shelved because there is no reference to the Geodes. There's no reference to Legend of Everfree except for they're raising money for it, which it's possible they tweaked the dialogue because possibly they're raising money to fix the statue that Twilight destroyed in Friendship Games.
Could be.
They just changed some dialogue, and now it's the Shadow Bolts and all that stuff. So basically, it was one that was kind of brought back, resurrected, and then attached to these two other specials very vaguely.
Yeah.
Versus the second and third specials, which are much more blatantly interconnected.
Yeah. It was a little bit odd seeing that these two are highly connected and this one isn't.
And this one is kind of also there. It's almost like the prequel trilogy of Star Wars. Because the second and third one of that are very interconnected versus the first one, which is kind of its own
Basically,
thing.
You don't even need to watch it.
Yeah.
Was it machete order?
You shouldn't watch really any of them.
Well, you just go with machete order.
Yeah, right, machete or just don't watch the prequels.
That works too.
Comparing the three though.
Yeah, so if you want to go back and
the quick version though. 1, 2, 3. That's literally the order that they came out in the order from best to worst. So dance magic, movie magic, mirror magic. That's my opinion.
I have to put 1 and 2 probably equal. Just because I'm not a huge fan of Rarity, but I am a huge fan of Dash.
That offset things for you.
So it offsets and puts them about equal.
Yeah, but for me though, it's definitely dance magic is the strongest. Movie magic's still fun, but got a bunch of little flaws, and mirror magic has several big flaws, which kind of ruin it.
Yeah, for me 1 and 2 are equal, and 3 is down below.
And that's the other thing about movie magic or mirror magic, I should say, is just it felt like a whole lot of nothing happened, and all of a sudden everything happens.
Yeah.
So pacing weirdness.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the thing. It's just, mirror magic is not so great. Unfortunately,
it's not that great.
It's unfortunate, really.
I've seen worse, but I'm not going to be coming back to this one.
Episodes of the show. I still think it's the weakest of all the Equestria Girls output.
Yes.
But there have been worse episodes. I mean, of course, the problem is some of those worst episodes also have some of the same problems. Or one specific aspect of her problems, I always say.
Princess Spike.
Right. Every little thing she does. Ooh. Right.
Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, this is unfortunately
it's not the greatest.
Again, yeah, the biggest problem is Juniper. Second biggest problem, Starlight.
And that one, if it wasn't for Juniper, Starlight's thing probably could have been forgiven.
What was
just
it?
kind of.
Oh, this was kind of a weird one. I think someone pointed out, but it's kind of, you can explain away, like, how Starlight really quickly jumps to, you want a friend, don't you? Really out of nowhere. It's like, you don't know this person, you just met her, and you just jumped from, she wants to be famous to, she wants a friend. How did you... But then again, you have that bit earlier where it's, we get a little bit where Sunset says you something about it, so it's like, I guess you can get it.
But again, that plays so much back into what I said. It was Sunset's job to do this, because also, Sunset grabbed an arm and saw it.
The mirror started breaking because Starlight broke it.
Okay,
great job breaking it, hero.
Okay, she was kind of being forced to jump around it. That's something that happens.
You know, for someone who's new to a bipedal body, she was able to do a backflip pretty easily. I can't do a backflip, and I've had a bipedal body for almost 30 years.
You're also not a magical girl.
Yeah, this is true. But it's just kind of it was a weird thing. It's just kind of
Twilight picked it up pretty quickly too.
At least she wasn't doing backflips.
She wasn't doing backflips. She didn't need to do backflips either. But
she was still, remember, most of that movie she was wobbly. Also did keep dropping the ice cream and not cleaning it up.
And getting it all over her face.
Yeah. And then that, it's just... It was just... like I said, it started off, it looked like it could be a big, strong one, even despite my misgivings going in, and then...
It wasn't.
It really actually went below my expectations, and not for the reasons I was expecting.
Yeah. So that's that, I guess. It's not the greatest. The other two are definitely better.
Much better. This one is just hard to enjoy, really, just because of a couple big problems.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's enough of that.
That's enough of our negativity.
I hate being negative, but sometimes that's just
how it is.
I guess it's just
I'm not
how
gonna
it
lie.
is. If you liked it,
great.
That's great. I don't. So
I don't either. So
yeah, that's that.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna kind of take over for a brief moment. If you didn't notice by now, our discussions for the last few weeks have been more or less pre-recorded because things came out way early.
Right.
And there's a couple things we're going to have to explain. Number one, there's a big, long bit in that whole discussion where I talked about a theory about dance magic. Yeah, theory. At the time, it was definitely a theory.
It was a theory.
It was confirmed, I believe, a week later, more or less. So, yeah, I was right about it. Dance magic was written well before Legend of Everfree and stuff. They just reused it and changed some dialogue. I was just wrong about why they were raising money. It turned out, because they're trying to get to Camp Everfree. Okay, that's one thing. Another thing we totally glossed over, Sunset's magic changing color.
Oh, right. Yeah, that was a thing that happened. She now has red magic.
Yeah, it's red instead of green. It's okay, fine, whatever. They're trying to just make it... I mean, I think Katrina Hadley tried to make some weird explanation to it. It's just, I would have accepted just simply, we're just trying to make it match to her new element color. Fine. Because her element thing's red now. It's like, I would have she's trying to do this thing of it represents she's good now versus when she was green is evil. It's like, you didn't really have to go that in depth, really. You just had to tell us it was just a stylistic change just to make things easier on the audience.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, some people
kind of like the idea
really
of matching
upset
to the eyes.
About it, though.
Yeah, I do like the idea of magic aura matching the iris.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you do what you got to do.
They've already
I guess.
broken that several times now.
Yeah, you do what you got to do.
Yeah, it's fine. It's kind of just like, that's weird. For me, it's just like, okay, sure, whatever. I can get used to it. It's just kind of odd because usually everybody's been so trained by media, red equals bad.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
green also equals bad.
Now green equals bad because usually green is kind of more of a good color.
Sometimes it's weird. It's weird. It depends on circumstance.
Yeah, but there's that, and I think that's everything I wanted to update that with.
Oh, you'll remember something as soon as we stop recording.
Oh, almost certainly. Yeah, because I can't think of anything else really.
Yeah, that's what happens when you pre-record. Yeah. Doubly so.
Yeah, so that was just the thing, and yeah, so we're just adding that just because I can just imagine someone in the comment going, well, actually, and no, because it's just we know it's been confirmed. It's just kind of a weird thing. Can't really change it because it already was done.
We recorded it before it was confirmed.
Yeah, just confirming a large chunk of our last few episodes have been pre-recorded just because of that's how things worked out for us.
Yeah. So, moving on to fan content.
Mm-hmm.
I have got 3 songs I wish to feature this week, so we will jump right into those. First up, I have Don DeVore's, I hope I pronounced that right, Winsome Falls.
Let's go to Winsome Falls. We can have ourselves a ball. We can jump into the stream. Under the stars we'll dream. Under the stars we'll dream. We can dress ourselves in style. We can wander around for miles.
It's a folksy tune. It's almost country-ish. I like it. It's got some really good guitar work. It's a nice and happy song. It's got a nice flow to it that's sort of almost campfire-y, though the electric guitar is not really campfire that much. But it kind of makes you want to either clap along or tap your feet to the beat and that kind of stuff. It's just happy and moving.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, like I said, it's very folksy country, especially in the beginning, until the beat kicks in.
Yeah.
That's interesting. It's like, oh, that was not expected. Yeah, you just, oh, it's just a country. No, it's not just a country song. Yeah, I also like the acoustic guitar a lot, but yeah,
It's good. I like it.
it's fine. I'm not sure totally if it's my style, but it's actually good.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of country, and I don't listen to folk music a lot, so it's not my normal style, but it is really good, so I wanted to give it a feature. The next one I have is Violet Pony's Say What You Want.
Falls out and we're all alone. What difference does it make? Say what you want, say what you want. We never find me more. For what it's worth, you got me good, but I'm still silent. Oh, say what you want, say what you want, say what you want. Yeah, say what you want, say what you want, say what you want. Oh, say what you want, say what you want.
This is a very mellow, almost mournful kind of song, but has that hint of almost a hope or encouragement to it that sort of didn't go well, but just keep holding on, keep moving on kind of a feel to it. There's a lot of emotion to the song, and I really like it. Violet's got some really good vocals, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a very subdued song. Not mellow, subdued. Very different. It's not a
Yes.
mellow song, but it's subdued.
Well,
I would say
mellow.
mellow would imply kind of a little more on the relaxing side. This is not a relaxing song.
It's not relaxing. It's not calm.
Like
but
I said,
it's not
subdued.
upbeat.
It's
either.
subdued.
Yeah.
It's very. There's still kind of but there's a lot of motion to it. It's good acoustic work again here. And the piano is also good when you hear it. The piano kind of has a really cool. There's a bit of a drone to it, and it's a really cool drone because it uses the piano's pretty much the bass in a sense at times.
It can be. You can use a piano.
And yeah, the vocals are also pretty darn good.
Violet's got a good voice.
I think this is my favorite of 3.
It is a good one. And the last one I have is Neon's Within You and I. Don't think I've ever featured Neon's work before. I don't see it come up very often, and this song, it's off of a recent album, The Horse Within Us. It's definitely an interesting album. This song is the title song-esque. It's like the main one that gives the idea, and I absolutely love this song. The artist says it's supposed to have a romance, love, or heartfelt kind of emotion to it, and I can definitely feel that and hear that in it. Personally, I get more of a bittersweet feeling out of it when I hear it. It's the sort of especially with the opening when it's quiet before it builds, you get this. It's a sad feeling, but looking to a brighter future. Kind of that thing. I absolutely love the main riff in it. The song drips with emotion too. No words I don't, and that's a bit of interesting. It feels almost like there should be words or there could be words, but it doesn't actually need them either. It's one of those ones. I feel like there's words there, but there aren't. It's an instrumental. But yeah, it still drips with emotion of that, and I love the start, and it's got a really, really good build up to it. It's not really a drop, but when it hits the more uplifting part of it, I love how it does that. And again, more really good guitar work in here as well.
There's some interesting instrumentation in this one for sure. Hard to describe for me, but it's there. And it's also very bassy, but in a calm way. And I would actually disagree with you on the whole bittersweet thing pretty hard. I did not feel anything bittersweet at all about this one. I would feel more in line with what the artist said it is. It's more along the lines of...
It's one of those, everyone reads into stuff like this in their own way. It's a common thing with all forms of art. And yeah, I can definitely hear that the romance, love, heartfelt part of it. And I really can feel that too. But personally, I do feel more of a bittersweet thing. But I know that's probably just how I'm reading into it. It happens. It's how art works.
Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar.
But yeah, I would, if you liked, I would highly recommend checking out the rest of the album and reading more about what the album is, because it's kind of important to, it's sort of a moving on, not really. Right. I would highly recommend going and looking at it. So good song, go check them out. So fanfics.
Yep, fanfics.
We got any?
No updates, but I got a new one.
You do.
It's one I chose actually last week because I didn't want to try to force you to read a 30,000 word fic right
it wasn't
before.
That bad. I did it in a few hours.
Yeah. But anyway, 30,000 word fic, and it's called Requiem for a Dream by Fahrenheit. And yes, the author was influenced by the Ensemble's rendition of Requiem for a Dream. It's not a crossover.
It's not a crossover, no.
So and it's about actually Moondancer. And it takes place shortly before this Thousand Summer Sun celebration, when Twilight leaves for Ponyville and stuff. And Moondancer kind of starts doing some research and finds an old spell and starts to see things that don't make sense. Like, Celestia has a sister? Huh?
Yeah.
So she actually sees visions of the past, and she's kind of starts figuring things out from there. And that's more or less the gist of the story, really. Overall, just kind of we see also the Moondancer's thought processes and whatnot, including her relationship with Twilight and her perception of that versus reality. Oh yeah. So I guess it's actually a really interesting little fic, just kind of I guess in a sense a very in-depth look at a character who's only really appeared a handful of times beyond her one episode. So it's kind of interesting look at her and whatnot, and yeah. I think that's a good way to just say it's mystery a bit, and just kind of a cool thing, and just kind of a Moondancer.
Yeah, I enjoyed this one a lot, actually.
Mm-hmm.
There's some things I really like. Well, how they played up Moondancer, the whole character building on this thing. And someone who we haven't really seen much about other than that one episode, really.
Mm-hmm.
But built upon this character, made it fit with everything we already know as well. It tied in really well.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the other things, I like how they did magic in this.
Oh yeah,
like the whole research and how they were working with how Moondancer was, researching this magic and figuring it out, and basically how they played out how magic works and how it's written down and stuff like that. This combination that it's like like mathematical formulas and stuff like that. Because I've always loved that idea that magic is like this combination of mathematical formula, electrical diagrams, and computer algorithms. Kind of a mishmash of those things together. And this ties into that. I love how they handled that. I love the prose and the imagery in this too. Mm-hmm. It has a lot of it. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Also, make sure you listen to the song while actually reading it. It helps.
Yeah. Oh yeah, one of the things I like was Moondancer's quirks is just kind of she makes lists on the current situation mentally.
Yep, assess the situation, run down lists of how to handle it, what things are going on.
I've done that. I've done that. And occasionally stuff like stop making lists and get to class, stupid.
Yep, I've done that.
Yeah, so it's actually pretty interesting, and it's a really fun one.
It is. It's good.
A nice little way to explore a character we really don't know too much about, other than she's a Twilight recolor.
Yeah.
So yeah, I highly recommend taking the time to read it. It's like I said, 30,000 words. It's done already. It's 5 chapters plus an epilogue.
I think my only complaint might be that I like the final conflict and resolution a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But it's still perfectly fine.
It's a good one. So, yeah, that's my fic.
Yes.
And, of course, well...
Yeah, and we got
animation.
We got an animation because
it's a big one.
Yeah.
Most of you probably already seen it.
Probably.
But we added it because we want to talk about it. Two best sisters play Fallout 4.
I'm the announcer here, not you.
Yeah, but I'm the one who added it, so it's mine.
I don't care. You added all the news and I had to talk about them. But anyway, yes. It's finally here. And holy crap.
Yeah. Two Snacks made the new tube and just kind of released it quietly on
it's here.
July 4th. Just here it is. Huh?
Yep.
So, yeah, it's a 20-minute long animation. And it's pretty involved and really well done.
The animation is absolutely incredible.
And one person doing all this. And apparently they'll be coming out faster because, well, remember, a large chunk of this time for this was spent just trying to learn 3D and then bailing out on that.
Yeah, and then also, building all your base assets. And
yeah. Because Two Snacks actually does stuff for the best friends for their official stuff, including he did the artwork for the Fallout 4 video for Machinima. Which I'm not sure, but I believe the actual Fallout 4 video is shorter than this. Yes, the Fallout 4 video from the best friends is only 16 minutes long. 16, or just shy of 17 minutes long.
Versus, there's a lot of extra.
There's a lot of extra stuff which was not in the original video. There's a lot of funny things and whatnot I kind of liked.
Dog meat.
Yeah, including the dog meat. Oh, poor dog meat.
The animation is really, really good, except when it's not. And even that's great.
Yeah, because it's just done on purpose. I will also, of course, warning, violence, language, and gore.
Yeah.
It's Fallout 4 and it's the best friends you're going to get.
Yep.
So if any of those things upset you, don't.
Mature content warning.
Yes, mature content warning for sure.
Parental advisory.
Yeah. It's just kind of neat just because just also the way the animation is so smooth.
It's so smooth. It's like butter.
Yeah, it's great. And then they're just kind of going through all there's the jokes about particularly about the Death Claw, and there was a reference to what's his face?
Dog meat can't die.
No, not dog meat, but there's Todd Howard was in it. But crap, Red Letter Media.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a Red Letter Media reference to Plinkett. That's what it was.
Mr. Plinkett.
Yeah, Mr. Plinkett. It's
wrong with your face.
Yeah, pretty much. It just really, it just was really well done. And just also it's like, I'll heat the baby. Don't tell me how to raise my.
It's amazing. Go see it.
It's fun.
It
absolutely
is
fun.
So yes, that brings us to a close. That's the end of the episode. Hope you liked what you heard. If you did and you want to hear the rest of our episodes, you can find them, all of them, past, future, present, at pony411.libsyn.com. Remember, that's Libsyn. You can also find us on iTunes. Just search for Pony411. Subscribe to us there. Have it all auto-download. Also, give us good ratings there. We like that. Yep. You can also find us on Stitcher, Stitcher.com, or use the Android or iOS mobile apps. Just again, search for us, Pony411. You will find us. You can also find us on Google Play, so go search for us on Google Play.
Remember, it's play.google.com/music. If you just go to play.google, it will not work.
Yeah, hopefully they fix that, because that's just stupid.
It's a really stupid divide that it's just, I don't know why they're doing it that way, but you have to make that distinction or else you'll find nothing.
Make sure you search in the right area. You can also find us on YouTube, youtube.com/pony411. So go there, watch the episodes there. Go like the videos, comment on them, and subscribe to us if you want to get notified or whatnot when we upload more.
And check out our video reviews as well.
Yes, we also do reviews on the same channel.
Yep, latest one has been Spike the Dragon.
Spike.
Including Spike the Dragon.
Big Spike and Little Spike. Go listen to me ramble and do that horribly. So yes, you can also find us on Ponyville Live. If you look at other stuff there, you will find us there. It's a good place to go and find a whole bunch of other shows and things like that. It'll update with the YouTube version, so it's a good aggregate place.
Mm-hmm.
We also air on Ponyville FM every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, so tune in then. If you would like to get a hold of us, you can email us. We are pony411podcast@gmail.com. So send us comments, criticisms, suggestions. If you want us to talk about something, send it to us and we'll take a look.
Yep.
Just want to ask us questions or whatnot, we'll try to answer.
Or tell us how wrong we were about mirror magic.
Yes, if you want to do that.
It is the worst one.
It's not the greatest. We're also on Facebook, facebook.com/pony411. Go like our page there. We'll update that when we have updates to put there.
Like us.
Yes, like. I already said that.
I know, but I'm making sure they know.
We're also on Twitter, @pony411. Follow us, tweet us. It's the best way for quick little communications if you just want to say hi or just shoot crap at us or whatnot. We'll shoot crap back. So you see us talk to TrotCon or whatnot.
Or Robin,
Or whoever it happens to be.
Yes, we'll talk to people.
We talk to people. Actually talk to people. It's scary.
No.
Yes, you can also follow us on our personal accounts. I am @Alca7raz with a 7 instead of T and an underscore at the end, and he is @Nemesis Prime 1.
Yes.
Yep, like you said, we just said earlier at the beginning of the podcast, we just saw Spider-Man, and it is good.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Yes. So yeah, follow us there if you want to, or if you want to tweet at us directly. So yeah, that is it. That is the end of the episode. Hope you liked what you heard. Hope you listen to our rest of the stuff. Next week, we're actually going to be at TrotCon.
Doing the TrotCon.
We're doing the TrotCon
Woo!
thing.
We're going to be at TrotCon, and hopefully things go well. You're going to hear our panel, Pony411 Live.
Yes, we are going to attempt to do a live panel there.
A live podcast.
Yeah, we're going to do a live podcast as a panel. And we're going to attempt to record it.
If it doesn't go well, you'll know very quickly.
You'll know very quickly next week if it doesn't go well.
That will basically be I go, oh crap, and we rush back to the hotel room. And
yeah, so hopefully we get the recording done pretty well. And hopefully we'll be able to use that. So next week's might sound a little bit different.
Yes, because it will be a very different setup.
Yeah. But yes, we hope you like what you heard. We hope you tune into all of our other ones. But until next time, remember, please pony responsibly. See ya.
Bye.